Hi, it's Ash here. We're going to go meet one of our clients today. Unfortunately, a few months ago, she got the worst news anybody wants to hear. She was diagnosed with cancer. We're going to have a quick chat with her, find out how that experience has been and how the insurance policies we set her up has helped and how the whole claim process has been.
So in May, I'd already been at Christmas because I was aware that something wasn't right, but it was May time. I went back for the second time and I had a ultrasound and a biopsy done of the lump that I found in my breast. And around end of May, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. It was stage 2, grade 3, triple negative. So that means it's not hormone fed.
Right.
So my treatment isn't targeted therapy, so if it's hormone fed they can do targeted therapy and they put you on a special course of medication which will shut down the hormones, but mine, they've just had to go with conventional treatment. So I had 8 rounds of chemotherapy. My last one will be Monday. It's not been too bad. I found actually it was midway that I struggled, but I think that was kind of psychological because all my hair had fallen out at this point and the symptoms were getting a little bit more severe, as in like I lost my taste, and with my gums bleeding that was difficult because I just couldn't eat as much, and food is like the most important thing in my life. So not being able to eat was like the amount of times I ordered food, like we'd go out for food and I'd be like, I can't taste it. But yeah, generally speaking, I've got through it quite well, but my oncologist says that's because I'm fit and I train and I've been sort of trying to stay active throughout my treatment as well.
Okay.
I'm an osteopath,
Right.
so I was self-employed.
Right.
And I was treating between 40 to 50 patients a week. So it gradually cut down around being diagnosed just because I was at the hospital a lot with appointments.
Right.
So I was having to take time off, and being self-employed and being an osteopath, trying to treat people in pain, that's really difficult because they're in pain and they want treatment. So I felt like I was messing people around because I was constantly cancelling appointments at the beginning while I was being diagnosed, and then after that, when you are diagnosed, you're just constantly living at the hospital because it's scan after scan and blood test after blood test. So I stopped working 3 weeks after being diagnosed, and mentally because I didn't feel like I could be there for my patients because all I could think about was what I was going through. So if I hadn't have taken out the income protection and the critical illness, financially I'd have been in a mess because I didn't have any backup plan or any savings. I only had a credit card and an overdraft, and family members to support me. So financially, if I hadn't have been prepared and had the insurance that I had, I'd have been financially in a bit of a mess, paying for my car and paying for my phone bill and paying for my credit card and bits like that. So yeah. It was actually my mum that was looking at life insurance, and at the time my mum was like, you haven't got any income protection, you should come and sit with me when I do my life insurance and speak to Tim about getting some income protection. So that was initially what we did, and Tim came round, sat down, went through it all, asked us what our budget was as well, so we made sure that it was something that we were going to be able to afford and stick to, which I'm really glad, because if I'd have gone for something that I couldn't afford and I'd have cancelled it, you know, years down the line, I'd have been really upset when I was in this position now and I didn't have the cover. So yeah, it made a huge difference going through someone face to face and then talking you through the process and getting you the insurance than it did if I were to have gone online and did it myself. So while he was doing my income protection, he was like, oh, there's there's critical illness, and actually it's quite cheap for you to take out at the moment, because I think I was 24, I think 23, 24 when I took out the insurance. So he was like, look, you may never need it, but if you do need it, it'll be the best thing you ever did. And he wasn't wrong. It was the best thing I ever did, taking out the critical illness, because that's been a massive like cushion in a way while I don't know if I'm going back to work. So it's allowed me to sort of, you know, relax and not feel like I need to rush back to work as well. I got 90,000 plus £300 interest in the time it took to come through. So yeah, £90,300. So I've put some into savings, and then I've also been able to get on the property ladder. So I've invested quite a big chunk of it into buying a house, just to set me up for the future, because that was something that I was planning to do anyway, but this has helped. I have put more in just because I'm not working at the moment for the mortgage. They were like, we need a bigger deposit, so it's helped massively. But it's just nice to have savings as well and know that I've got that money there if I need it. Really, really smooth. I think it took a month, and Tim sorted it all for me. He was basically the middleman between me and the insurance company, and I didn't really have to get involved at all. I think they rang me just to sort out my income protection, and they also offered me, Aviva gave me basically like a bit of counselling. So I have someone that calls me every sort of 4 to 6 weeks to check in, and they also offer me careers advice. They would have offered me physio, lots of other options that would have come with my insurance had I have needed it, which was a nice bonus.